Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, it's David here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance, but whenever I talked about the game before, I was always simping over it because I'm huge into SMT, I'm very big into mainline SMT, and as much as I enjoyed my time with Persona 3 Reload, I'm craving some mainline Shin Megami Tensei again, and I'm insanely excited for SMT V Vengeance. I purchased the Steelbook edition of the game already, it's pre-ordered, and I'm ready. That being said, a lot of controversy around that release from ATLUS. A lot of people complaining in my replies on social medias and my comment sections whenever I talk about the game for a lot of different reasons, and today that's what I want to discuss. I want to discuss everything that people are bringing up and how ATLUS could have done things differently for this upcoming release, or we'll even try to find out, are they even in the wrong? Because I polled you guys a few days ago on the channel asking you guys, are you happy with the content offering in Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance as a full-priced game? And apparently in the community here, most people are very happy with the offerings because 82% of y'all voted yes, I'm happy with it, and 18% of people said no, I'm not. And a lot of people explained in the comment their train of thoughts, and please stay respectful. I know some people will be like, hey, this is those are not real complaints, and other people will be, hey, those are real complaints, you should be mad. Just respect the opinions of everyone. We're here to have fun, and we're here to try and find what is going on with Vengeance today. So let's get right into it, and feel free to give me your thoughts on this topic in the comment section of this video because I feel the discussion about this is going to be very interesting. So let's get right into it, and I think the elephant in the room has to be addressed, and we'll start off right away with the pricing structure and everything around that release being a $60 game. So ATLUS and Sega moved to $70 games with their new games, new big games, right? I paid $70 for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which came out in January, and I paid $70 as well for Persona 3 Reload, which came out in February. SMT V Vengeance is a $60 game, so they moved back to their old pricing structure, and a lot of people are not happy about that, and I'll be honest, especially Nintendo Switch fans, right? Because they bought the game at $60 back in the day in 2021 on Nintendo Switch, hashtag SMT5 2021, if you were there, you know. But a lot of Switch fans are unhappy. From my understanding, the complaints about the pricing is mostly from Switch fans because they purchased the game and they hoped for a way to upgrade to Vengeance. That way they get the new route, the new characters, everything like that, because they already purchased the game back then. So I purchased my copy of Vengeance on Switch and I had to pay full price for it. I'm such an ATLUS sim that I don't really care because I feel like what's in Vengeance is good enough for me, but people feel there should have been an upgrade option. And honestly, I agree. I wish there was an option to upgrade of some sort. You pay a $30 fee or something, $20 fee, and you get Vengeance as an upgrade for your pricing, for your first game of SMT V that you already purchased for $60. Now, other people are saying, when their complaints about pricing is, this should have been DLC. Once again, this comes from Switch gamers for the most part. I feel there's too much content in Vengeance for it to be DLC. It's huge to me. SMT V Vengeance should be compared not to previous SMT V DLC, but it should be compared to something along the lines of a Persona 5 Royal versus vanilla P5, right? They added this whole new semester, they added this whole new route, which is about 60 hours long with new characters, new demons and everything. So for that point, I have to disagree. My opinion is different. I really do feel like what's in Vengeance is good enough. There should have been an upgrade path for Switch players. I do agree about that. But I feel for $60, you're getting more than enough in terms of content. Again, in my opinion, you have the right to disagree. Another complaint about Switch gamers, which comes from Switch gamers, is the ability to transfer your save, to carry over your demons, carry over everything from the original game. You're not going to be able to do that. And ATLUS kind of spit in the face of Switch gamers for SMT V who wanted to transfer their games as well, because they're like, hey, you'll be able to transfer 3 demons. Like, at this point, come on guys, come on, why not just say there's nothing that you can do? They're just like, hey, here you go, you can transfer 3 demons and now you can shut up about it. It's not enough. I don't really care. I would have restarted again, but I feel this is a fair complaint, and I understand why people are not too happy about it. It's kind of the same thing as end of 2022, we saw the updated version of Persona 5 Royal, which meant Royal is now running at 60 frames per second. It has all the DLC from the previous version of Royal included. Again, for $60, that was a PlayStation 5 release, and at the same time, it released on other platforms, Switch, Xbox, and PC, right? Well, PlayStation fans back then were super mad, like, why can't I transfer my 140 hours save file from the PS4 version to the PS5 version? Totally fair complaint in my opinion. It's kind of the same thing here for SMT V Vengeance and Switch gamers. The other problem about the $60 price point is they're doing DLC again, and this I have to disagree with anyone who agrees with this, I'll be honest. And I did the same thing for Royal when it first dropped. So when Royal dropped in 2019, if I recall correctly, in Japan, and I think 2020 in the West, I was first in line saying this is bullshit. They're re-releasing Persona 5 for $60. The added new content, the third semester, seemed fair to me, so I purchased Royal day one, right? What I thought was bullshit is there was DLC again. At a $60 re-release, you add new content and you still have paid DLC on day one. I'm always going to call that out, and they're doing the exact same thing here with Vengeance. You have Dog the DLC, you have another Demon DLC thingy. It's small stuff, but at $60 for enhanced re-release, it should have been there day one. So this is crap, and I 100% agree. You do have the previous DLC from SMT5 in the game, but you still have new one, which is... this is outrageous to me. Like, it really feels like they're trying to, like, scratch the bottom of the barrel here, and I don't like that. I really don't. Another feature that I heard people complain about, and this one I'm never going to understand, I think, and feel free to explain in the comment sections if you are some of the people complaining about that, but ATLUS added a save anywhere feature in SMT V Vengeance, and I saw a surprising amount of people complaining about that, and to me, just don't use it. Don't use it if you don't like it. I understand why people are saying it's not good, but you don't have to use it. It's an optional feature. Don't save at a place where you don't think you should save if you don't want to use it. That's it. To me, it's the same thing as in Reload. In Reload, you have full party control over all your party members. But there is some Persona 3 purists out there who are saying the command system makes more sense. So I'm going to tell Yukari to play aggressive or play supportive. It makes sense because you're the leader. You should control the members of Cease. And I understand. Well, do that. It's an option in Reload. You should not be mad that they're giving us options. Just don't use the option to control your party members if you don't want to use them. It's the same thing for Vengeance, in my opinion. If you don't like the Save Anywhere feature, bro, don't use it. Just don't use it. Who cares? Don't use it. It's there. Great. Just like in easy mode. People were complaining about an easy mode in Nocturne. Bro, more people are going to play Nocturne. If they're having a good time playing Nocturne in easy, great. That's one more SMT fan, and more SMT fans means more money put into SMT, which means ATLUS are going to do more SMT. Everyone wins, and you're still playing in hard mode, getting wrecked by everyone. Great, you like that? I like that as well. Let's do hard mode, let's do hard mode, both of us, but there's an easy mode, and some people will play that, and that's okay. Sorry, I kind of escalated here a little bit, but I don't understand those complaints when there's options. In my opinion, that's a good. It's always a good. Another thing that people complained about, small minority of people did, but still, I'm always going to point out a lack of physical versions. Well, I was a little scared when they first dropped Vengeance that there was not going to be a physical version of the game. I'm big into physicals. As you can see, I have... yeah, my shelves are empty now, and I can reassure you guys I didn't sell my collection. We're moving in a few weeks, so that's why everything's packed. It's a big mess in here, but I'm a big physical game collector, and I really want physical versions. Well, on PS4 only, there's no physical for Vengeance. Kind of a bummer, but at least there's a physical on Switch, PlayStation, Xbox as well, which is always a good. Again, the physical future is kind of... it's not looking too hot, and as a big physical collector, I know that. As much as I don't like that, I know that, so this is just another step in that direction, right? And the final topic that I wanted to discuss for the controversy about Vengeance, and I think I'm going to make a dedicated video on that, is whenever ATLUS does a re-release, an enhanced re-release of a game, fans are mad, or a lot of people are mad, because they always feel like they're getting robbed when they purchased a first version of the game by ATLUS. For example, Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, Tokyo Mirage Sessions and Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore, Devil Survivor 1 and 2, which got enhanced re-release on 3DS as well, Dragon's Crown Pro if you want to consider Vanillaware releases, you have Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology on 3DS as well, Strange Journey Redux, you have Etrian Odyssey 1 and 2 on 3DS, which got enhanced re-releases as well, and those are all priced close to full price for the most part. I know I mentioned 3DS games, but all of those examples that I mentioned, you can put Vengeance in that as well, are all examples of enhanced re-release, adding content, adding DLC, and I understand why people are mad about that. I really do think I should make a dedicated video talking about that. Please drop a comment and let me know if you'd like to see that, but I understand those complaints, and to me, ATLUS is like top tier as a developer for me, so I'm always there day one, no matter what, because I'm excited to replay SMT 5, so I'm fine with what they're offering, but I understand why some might not be. Like, let's say you're a casual fan, like, I would consider myself a casual fan of Monolith Soft, the developers of Xenoblade. Like, Xenoblade, there's a lot of hardcore fans out there, and let's say they were gonna do a complete edition of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 featuring the new expansion that they added afterwards, everything in one card for full price. A lot of Monolith Soft fan would be there day one, like, let's go, I'm excited, there's enough content, it's worth it to me. I would not necessarily be there day one. I'll be all like, oh, that's pretty cool, I'll probably get that later on, but I would not be that excited for it if they were always doing those things. But at some point I would be like, well, should I purchase Xenoblade Chronicles for day one, or should I wait until there's a royal version later down the line? Because they always do that, right? And of course Monolith Soft doesn't do that, it's just an example, but I understand why more casual fans of ATLUS are bummed out about that. And I do feel it's the reason why when I polled you guys on the channel, well, over 2,000 of y'all voted on my poll saying I'm confident and I'm excited for Vengeance, and I feel that the offering is worth it for me, because you guys, if you're subscribed to my channel, I assume you're pretty hardcore into ATLUS, because 90% of my content is about ATLUS, so I understand that. And the 20% is probably another bunch of people who they like ATLUS, but not necessarily as much as you and I, right? Which is why they feel bummed out, and I feel it's understandable. So there's a lot of controversy, there's a lot of discussion around SMT 5 Vengeance. Some of the points that we discussed today I totally understand, others I don't, and please tell me what you guys think about this topic of discussion. You can drop a comment, and I'm very excited to hear what you guys have to say. If you're new to the channel, if you'd like to see more content on anything ATLUS, you are at the right place. Make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell as well, and we'll see y'all very soon for another video. Bye.